హైదరాబాద్ లో సెల్ ఫోన్లు చోరీ చేసి ఇతర దేశాలకు తరలిస్తున్న ముఠాను అరెస్టు చేశారు పోలీసులు. 5గురు సుడాన్ దేశస్తులు సహా 17 మందిని అదుపులోకి తీసుకున్నారు సౌత్ జోన్ టాస్క్ ఫోర్స్ పోలీసులు. నిందితుల నుంచి 1,75,00,000 విలువ చేసే 703 సెల్ ఫోన్లను స్వాధీనం చేసుకున్నారు. దీనిపై సిటీ సిపి శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
Coming out of the malls at odd hours in the night, and then we may be going alone also, walking to a certain point from mall to maybe metro station, mall to a bus station, or mall to your homes which are nearby, maybe a kilometer so you want to walk. And what they do, so when you are going at certain places where it is little isolated, dark, and then there is no one, and then suddenly these people can come and snatch phones. So you should take care not to become a victim like this, number one. Number two, of course, I am not asking them not to move. City, I mean, you can't, I am not expecting them to, be indoors and not do anything. Not at all. We are there, we'll take care of you, but you also be, because some of these victims have resisted and caught also. So if you are aware, I think it is difficult for anyone to approach you and secondly, I told you, innocently they will stop you and ask you, Anna, ekada, Secunderabad station ekada, లేకపోతే అన్న బహదూర్పురాలో మార్కెట్ ఎక్కడ, లేకపోతే మెట్రో స్టేషన్ పోవాలంటే ఎట్లా పోవాలా. సో be very very careful with them, and particularly at that kind of hour and that kind of place, isolated place, don't answer them, don't stop for them, continue to move. And then of course you have dial 100 always. If you have a doubt, please immediately, while refusing to interact with them, while on move only, you please call dial 100 also. Number 3, some of these cab drivers particularly, and some truck drivers, and maybe drivers of other cars, so who are in the middle of the night maybe taking rest because they must have driven the car or the vehicle all the day, and then the cab drivers etc. So they may be taking rest maybe under a tree near Gauligooda. It happened at Gauligooda MGPT bus terminal. So summer, so they'll sleep on the seat and then keeping their phone maybe by the side and on another seat, then open the windows or open the even the doors so as to allow ventilation. So they have targeted such people also. They snatched, some of them of course were awake, and by the time they were awake and then alert, phones have been snatched. Some of them, while they were asleep, they didn't even know. After they got up, maybe after a few hours, then they came to know. So these are all the the pitfalls where you can become a victim. So అందరికి నేను మీ తరఫున చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే, దయచేసి అలర్ట్గా ఉండండి. డోంట్ మూవ్, particularly in some of those deserted areas. Don't move alone. You always go with friends for movie or restaurant or whatever. So if you are, I think you have a company, you have a buddy, the chances are less that these people try to target you. Number 2, couple of cases when the resistance happened from the victims, so only couple of cases they also used knives, in which we are keeping the Arms Act also. They used knives to threaten. Of course, in one case there was a scratch injury, just to alert you that some of them could be, because you can understand if the Sudanese and other people, some of them are involved. You don't know which one of them is a hardened criminal. We don't know which one of them is graduating from a small cell phone snatcher to something else. We are finding in Hyderabad city, we have illegal immigrants. That is an issue, I admit, and we are focusing paying our attention to it. I will be slowly doing cleaning up act in this regard. Some of them are involved in drug peddling also, and then drug is a big mafia, and then drug is a very very dark area where people get hardened. They can become hardened criminals. So be alert. And another thing, losing a cell phone, for some of them, just losing a cell phone, maybe it is also, if you are a rich kid, perhaps you think, okay, I lost cell phone, now my father will buy a new one for me. But then you must understand that these cell phones can also be used for committing cyber crimes. So they can steal your data, they can steal your passwords, they can get access to your bank accounts and the personal information, and then it can lead to even bigger crime. It can lead to bigger crime against you, where you lose lakhs of rupees from your accounts. Or maybe some of the information on these cell phones can also be used, personal information, which is it right to privacy, can be used against you to blackmail you, to threaten you, some of your personal information. So be very careful. And there is what is called as the CIR అని ఒకటి మనకు సెంట్రల్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్ ఐడెంటిటీ రిజిస్టర్ అని ఉంటుంది. ఈ ఫోన్స్ పోయిన ఫోన్స్ మేము ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఈ ఐఎంఐఐ నంబర్స్ అవన్నీ కూడా ఇమ్మీడియట్గా అక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేస్తే దిస్ ఈజ్ దిస్ ఇస్ డేటాబేస్ విచ్ ఈస్ షేర్డ్ బై ద ఎంటైర్ పోలీస్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ అండ్ ఈవెన్ ద కంట్రీ ఆల్సో. సో wherever it is recovered, so if we cross check with this CIR app website, it's a government website, it's created by our Telangana police but being adopted by the entire country, so then there are chances of recovery. So try to also have your IMEI numbers with you, and then so that when you are giving complaint అది కూడా ఇస్తే ఇమీడియట్గా మన కంపారిజన్లో కూడా ఎంటర్ చేస్తే తర్వాత కంపారిజన్ కూడా అవుతుంది ఎక్కడన్నా if it is recovered somewhere else. And finally, yes, I know some of these offences may not be getting reported also. So I don't know. I mean, this may be just a tip of iceberg. So some of them may not be preferring to, particularly if they are smaller and older phones. So we don't know how many people have reported and how many. But I mean, we made it a policy that there is no barking of crime in Hyderabad city. Any petitioner coming with any request, once it is cognizable, will register FIRs, including the zero FIRs. As you know, if it doesn't belong to our jurisdiction also, we don't refuse and return the petitioner. We'll register and then transfer to the concerned jurisdiction, maybe within the city or outside the city. So we are registering all the cases, but there may be still some cases which are not reported. But as and when, if and when we get more information and recover, perhaps we will be able to tell you also. So this is about, as you know, you can see the range of the models of these phones range from Apple to Samsung, Vivo, Redmi, Realme, OnePlus, Oppo, Poco is another brand. Poco, I didn't know.